Every young person needs to be empowered when it comes to boundary setting because it is very important. It goes a long way. But they cannot learn boundary setting in vacuum. That means, as the adult in their life, as a counselor in their life, as the home that they belong to, you need to do something. That's to say, you need to prepare them ahead of time in order for them to know what to do when it comes to boundary setting. And they will have to know the prerequisite required for them to set boundaries. Now, the first thing is start teaching consent at a very early stage. As young as a child is, learn to teach the child that saying no is important and that the child should not feel guilty saying no. So if at an early age, the child understands what saying no is and what consent is, setting boundary become very easy for the child. So, as a caregiver, as a guardian, try as much as possible to start teaching these young ones consent, saying no. And when you say no, they should know that they should not feel guilty and that this process is an ongoing thing. You don't say no today and tomorrow you are going to say yes. So what you say no today to, it's a boundary you have set, and when it remains what is bad before you, let that no be no. Let nobody convince you that no is yes. So teach the child to build confidence in him or herself. So another thing you will have to teach your child or teach those under you is building confidence. When a child knows how to build confidence, or a child have built confidence in himself, no matter what other people say, if the child say yes, the yes remains yes. And if he says no, the no remains no. And he understands what boundaries he has set to say no, and he will stand or she will stand by that. Then another thing is role playing. Now, when we talk about role playing, that's to say you have instances prepared out. Okay, yesterday's video, I talked about scenarios that can play out. That's what we call role playing. So you as a caregiver, try to have a play role scenarios of what they can meet at that age. Say at this age, this is what you will meet and this is what you are to do. At every stage of life, there are peculiar things that the child will go through, and you know how to prepare this child. And that is the play role method. We want every caregiver to play a role in a child's life. So in setting boundaries in sex education, we want those that are taking care of these children to have play roles, instances, examples, and give possible response they can give. Teach a toddler how to respond. Teach a preteen how to respond. Reason with a teenager. Respond he or she can give. That way, you have armed the child. The child is already forewarned. The child already understands that this is what I'm supposed to do. Then use real life scenario. An occurrence happened in your neighborhood. You read about an occurrence in social media. You watch something in the movie. Something happened that everyone is talking about. What do you need to do? Use such instance to teach the child. If in school, there is an abuse that took place in a school near your home, or in a school that the child know about, or a news that is peculiar about that you and the child have a knowledge of, use that as an opportunity to let the child know. You see this scenario that just play out? You see this life occurrence that happened? This is how this person would have responded to it. This is how it would have been handled, and things will go well. When a child knows that that's how it's supposed to be, even if such occurrence or such situation come before the child or come before this young person, they will be able to navigate better. Then we've talked about encourage self-respect and self-confidence. When a child have confidence in himself and respect other people, the child will be able to stand his or her ground. So teach the children under your care, teach the young ones under your care self-respect. When they're able to respect others and respect themselves, they will not succumb to a lot of things because they know that this is bad. This is not respectful enough. So teach them self-respect and self-confidence. Then discuss beforehand peer pressure, something we are failing to do to these young ones. Play out scenarios on how peer pressure can be a problem. Your friends invited you to a party. If the party is not one you want to attend, how to say no. If the party is unguided, how to say no. When you are offered alcohol or substance, how you can say no and walk away. How you can respectfully step aside from things that does not align with your value and your person or personality. Teach this child possible scenarios how peer pressure can happen to the child. Even as an adult, peer pressure can happen to every one of us. We can be pressured to do something. To us, we don't look at it as peer pressure, but that's peer pressure happening to us. So you, as an adult in their life, you have passed through this stage and you are seeing likely scenarios that have always played out. How do you help these children to be able to identify peer pressure, tell them the consequences of this pressure, tell them how to step aside from this pressure, tell them how they will be able to handle such pressure, and tell them acceptable friendship, toxic friendship, and non-acceptable friendship. Every family should have a value system that tells the young people under your roof the kind of friendship that is acceptable. So there are things we need to do in order to prepare these children for boundary setting. If these things are not put in place, they can't set appropriate boundaries. They will say yes today and tomorrow they are saying no. So please be a proper guide. Then help them to see how they can handle social media. They should have social media guidance. Something many of us are not doing. A child will be on his or her phone, most especially our teenagers that have small pocket money to buy data. You will see them be on their phone for 4-5 hours. It's not encouraging at all. So parents, reason with them. Let them know the negative effects of social media. Let them know the negative effect of using internet for a very long time. It is not wrong to use it, but everything in this life should have a standard. Everything in this life should not be overdone. Don't overdo things. You want to be on social media, let there be time appropriate for this. If your whole day is spent on being on social media, it's not going to be okay. It's not going to be correct. It's not going to be right. It will not help you to develop mentally. It will not help you to develop emotionally and otherwise. So there should be time bound to these things. So have a serious talk with them. Have social media guide, even for pretty. Your toddlers, the phone is not a babysitter. Some of us parents have turned the mobile device as a babysitter. Once a child cries, you hand over the child the mobile device, and the child be on the mobile device for as long as you are doing your chores. For as long as the child did not cry, you will not collect that phone. You are already teaching the child addiction to phone. So the child gets addicted to using mobile devices. And when you want to take it away from the child, it becomes very difficult. So in helping a young person to set boundaries, these are the things you need to do. Start early in teaching consent. Help them to build self-confidence. Role playing is very important. Social media guidance. Peer pressure, teaching them about peer pressure beforehand. If you need a guide on scenarios that can play out in a child's life, whether a preteen or a teenager, we have you covered. We have different scenarios that can play out. If you want our handbook on this, we can send you a handbook. So slide into our DM and tell us that you are interested in having scenarios played out for certain boundaries. We'll send you this material. So please guide these young individuals properly. It will help them to navigate better and be better individuals tomorrow.